Hey loves, welcome back to Day Spills Tea. I, of course, am the lovely Day. And I told you all that I have been extremely busy with work and with trying to find a home because of work. And of course, issues with my back and some other stuff. Anyways, life has been very hectic and I have spent so much time in the car. And one thing that I'm able to do while I'm writing is read through Reddit posts. So I want to try something new on you all and share some wedding shaming and some Am I the A, which A stands for a-hole. Sorry to say that word. But anyways, I I will just normally call it Am I the A moving forward. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some wedding shaming, share some Am I the A, and then I hope that you all will give me your takes on this nonsense that I'm going to read. And if it's successful, if you all enjoy it, then I'll probably do it on a more regular basis. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started with the first wedding shaming. And this one is shaming my sister's wedding. First, this was her second wedding, not judging, but it's relevant later. She decides to get married outside in her backyard in July, in Texas, at noon. It was 100 plus degrees. Wedding colors were neon green, her favorite color, and red, the color of her husband's gang. Sister wears white dress from Deb, knee length, with cowboy boots with neon green crosses on them. Fiancé. Dress is strapless, so she skips a bra. Sister is a triple D. Insisted on this dress to show off her skull and crossbones chest piece. Her husband is in a rented tux that is 4 sizes too big. Don't diss the rented tux. He's 5'4" and 140 pounds. And white Nikes with a red swoosh. Arch is a bronze one wrapped in white party streamers. It will look fine in the pictures. Her house sits right in front of a railroad track. Can you guess what interrupted the ceremony several times? My sister's ex-husband, father to her oldest 2 kids, shows up mid-ceremony, found out about it on Facebook, and is pissed because he agreed to give up his weekend with the kids because my sister told him my grandma was in the hospital. Ooh, that's a bad move. Ex-husband points out she's reusing decor from their wedding. He's so petty. Sister's ex and new husband get into a fight in the middle of the backyard. Little Caesar's pizza is served. Not enough for everyone. Styrofoam plates. Sister and husband get blackout drunk and neighbors call the cops for a noise violation. New brother-in-law has warrants, gets arrested, and mom has to pay to bail him out because sister is hysterical. Yeah, we don't talk much. I wish I had pictures, but she's getting divorced, so they've been wiped from social media. And then they said, an edit is that they found a few pictures. I hope y'all are as entertained by that as I am. So let's hear some of the comments. The first one is, are you telling me that's a real tattoo and someone didn't draw on her chest with a Sharpie? No shot, LMAO. Someone else responded, oh my, I regret zooming in. I think it's a Hello Kitty skull and crossbones. And they're referring to the chest piece that she had to show in this strapless dress. Thing looks like it was done in some dude's living room. Hey now, my tattoo was done in some dude's living room and I love it. It looks way better than whatever the hell that is on that woman. And then someone else responded with a story of their own trashy wedding. I went to a good buddy's wedding in Colorado. He had great food. One of his friends brewed the beer for the wedding. A bear knocked over trash cans trying to get the shrimp tails everyone threw out. And at one point I learned that everyone there was on acid since the end of the ceremony. They just used stuff they already had, dragged the couch outside, threw some blankets around, and didn't really spend much on anything beyond the dress and food. It was the best wedding I've ever been to. Okay, I'm glad he said it was the best wedding he's ever been to because I don't see why any of the rest of that matters if you say the food was good. He said it was great food, so honey, what are we talking about? Okay. So I really, really like that story. I really want to know y'all thoughts about the groom getting arrested. The ex-husband then came up in there fighting the groom. And they threw the Little Caesars pizza in there as shade. But listen. Little Caesars ain't all that bad, especially if you're hungry and it's already been some shenanigans. I could eat popcorn while y'all fight, or I could eat Little Caesars pizza with extra sauce or whatever. And, I'd go for the Little Caesars pizza. So, don't judge me. Okay, let's do another wedding shaming. I would be divorcing my husband too if he tried this cake crap on me. Dear Prudence, I got married just before Christmas and I'm hoping to be divorced or annulled by the end of January. Obviously, that wasn't the plan originally, but I never cared about getting married, but I wasn't opposed to it. So when my boyfriend proposed in 2020, we decided to go for it. We each took on about half the responsibility for organizing the wedding, but I think I was pretty reasonable about compromise when he really wanted something. My only hard and fast rule was that he would not rub cake in my face at the reception. Being a reasonable man who knows me well, he didn't. Instead, he grabbed me by the back of the head and shoved my head down into it. Ooh. It was planned since the cake was destroyed and he had a bunch of cupcakes as backup. I left. Next day, I told him, we are done. I am standing by that. The thing is that over the holidays, everyone has gotten together to tell me I should give him a second chance. That I am overacting because of my issues. I am very claustrophobic after a car accident from years ago, and I absolutely panicked at being shoved into a cake and held there. That I love him, even though right now I don't feel that at all. He loves me, and that means not giving up on the first huddle. I don't want to, but everyone is so united and confident in their assurance I am making a terrible mistake that I wonder if they are right. Do I give him till February? Dear till February, everyone's sure you're making a mistake, but they're not the ones who have to wake up every day with a man whose behavior massively turns them off. You are. So you only have to listen to yourself. I think what he did was a red flag about not respecting you and your wishes, to say nothing about the physical aggression. But even if it wasn't, the fact that you really didn't like it is enough, and I agree wholeheartedly. Make a mental note about which of your loved ones don't seem to value your happiness and continue with your divorce. So what are y'all thoughts on that? So we're compromising on things for the wedding. I say the only thing I don't want is for you to smash cake in my face, and you instead smash my face into the cake. I don't know if divorce is the right solution, but it's not okay. I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at her. If I asked you not to do something, why would you do something 10 times worse? And I don't know if any of you have ever seen it or heard it, but I have absolutely heard of, and there were several comments about the supporters, the little wood, sticks that they put in the cake to keep them up straight. I have heard about people slamming faces into cakes and those going into an eye or piercing skin or whatever. The cake is not just cake, dum-dum. But just the fact that she didn't want you to do it, obviously she had her reason why she didn't necessarily like that for her wedding. Why would you do it 10 times worse? Did your drinking buddies tell you this was a great idea? Did the 5-year-olds you hang out with just before nap time tell you it was a great idea? Why would you think this was okay? For me, I feel like divorce is harsh, but I also feel like I don't know that I would have any interest in him at that point. I would be looking at him like he's a kid and he's an idiot. He's a kid and he's an idiot. And like the poster said, not to mention the fact that you just totally disregarded what was important to me. You ruined my special day doing something dumb. Am I tripping? Please let me know what y'all think in the comments. If there's any guys watching, let me if there's any guys watching who could relate to the groom, please help me understand the thinking and why this would have seemed like a good idea, because I don't get it. I do not get it. Okay. So I'm moving on to the Am I the A? Okay. So you all's responsibility is to let me know, is the poster and jerk? Am I the A, 25-year-old female, for requesting my fiance, 26-year-old male, sister, 17, not be at our wedding? So she wants to know, am I the A for requesting that my fiance's sister not be at our wedding? Here's the story. My fiance proposed a few months ago, and we're getting ready for our wedding. We're currently making a guest list, and we will send out invitations in the next few months. Our plan for the wedding was for it to be child-free. I've been to many weddings that were ruined by screaming and wailing tykes, and as much as I love kids, I would prefer there not to be screaming at my wedding. I hear you. The rule was that no children below the age of 10 are invited. Okay, plenty of people do that. I get it. So my fiance has a little sister who he is close to and whom I really do like. I'm very excited to be her older sister-in-law. She was going to be our guest at our wedding. However, a few days ago, we found out she is pregnant and plans on having the baby. How dare she? Now, I'm not going to sit there and shame her for her irresponsible actions or anything, but I felt like this was a very big deal. My family is very religious, and I know they will be unhappy, and it will potentially ruin their time if they saw a pregnant teenager at my wedding. That, of course, isn't a big deal, even though I'm including it like it is. What I'm more worried about is her due date. She is apparently due 2 weeks after the wedding. My worry is this. Pregnant women require a lot of care and extra accommodation. There's also the risk of her water breaking at my ceremony and taking all the attention off me on my day. Call me selfish, but I feel that I and my husband-to-be should be the focal point. I don't want to risk her giving birth and needing even more attention that should be placed on me. So I think she shouldn't be there. Her little irresponsible self, according to the original poster. I told my fiance, and he got unbelievably pissed off at me. He told me I was being a complete a-hole by not inviting her since he's her little sister. I get that they are very close, but it's not a good idea. Attention aside, I don't think a 9-month pregnant teen should be on her feet at a wedding so close to her due date. He told me I was backpedaling and I should be ashamed of myself. He then told his whole family, and they are all mad at me for suggesting this. Am I the A? Child, yes. Yes, you are absolutely 100%. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me let y'all make y'all decisions. Is she the A? Again, I say yes. I mean, there's a couple things here that really, really irk me, especially the end. So, first of all, you're throwing shade at the girl the whole time, talking about I'm not going to shame her for her irresponsible actions. Yes, it's not ideal for a 17-year-old to get pregnant. It happens because, unfortunately, most 17-year-olds are having sex, whether they are religious or not. Okay, it happens. And so let's not pretend that there's not a great possibility of someone who's having sex getting pregnant. I'm not saying that it's right, but it happens. And so when people say they don't want screaming kids at their wedding, I understand it, but the way I was brought up, weddings are a family event. And I know a lot of people don't like children at their weddings. Weddings are expensive. Feeding all your ragamuffins and whatnot costs a lot of money. So I get it. But when people are quick to exclude kids because they say, because she didn't say it was too expensive, she just said she don't want screaming kids at her wedding, then it tells me that there's not a very large focus on family. So when she says that she doesn't want to invite her future sister-in-law because she's pregnant, I'm not surprised, because family does not appear to be extremely important to her. That's just my opinion, and I'm not trying to offend anyone who didn't have kids at their wedding, but I'm saying for her to just say it's just because she don't want kids crying at her wedding, it's just that it just makes me think that family isn't the most important thing to her, whereas some people are very different, and it's like a wedding is a family event, at least even just the ceremony, maybe not the reception, but at least just the ceremony. It's the joining of families. At least that's the way I see it. Anyways, so you're already shading the girl. She had the nerve to say, and plans on having the baby, as if she has issue with the fact that the girl is actually going to keep her baby. Okay. Women obviously have a right to choose. How dare you have a problem with her deciding to keep her baby? But then you try to make it sound like you're really concerned for her, talking about a 9-month pregnant teen shouldn't be on her feet all day. You're not worried about her being on her feet all day. You're not worried about anything about her in particular. You are only worried about you. And people kill me when they do heinous, horrendous things and then be upset when somebody tells other people about it. You did it and you thought it was cool. Why you mad that other people know? Don't be mad that he told his family. You did it. It's your actions. Own it. If there's nothing wrong with what you did, then what's the problem? But you know that you're the A. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself, just like he said. Anyways, that's all I have for today. I hope you actually enjoyed these stories. There are so many more and they get crazy. So when I come across really, really good ones, I would love to share them with you all, and hopefully you would like them too. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.